We're here with head men's ice hockey coach Jaymie Harrington. We talked to him right here before the season started. Now we've got a kind of coach's corner look at the midway point of the season, the semester break here. They've got a few weeks off before they're back on the ice. And coach, just to start, when we were here before the year, it was the first week of preseason. You were really looking to drill systems into the team. How do you think, especially with so many new kids on the team, how are those systems working out for you so far?
They're going well. Our systems here aren't groundbreaking. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We believe in simplicity, and I think that makes the transition a little easier, especially having new players, freshmen, transfers in the lineup. I think our system is one that can be easily grasped in a short period of time, but the guys have done a pretty good job of really getting the details down that I'm looking for, and as the years progressed, so have they.
All right, and now let's take a look. Let's compare this year to last year a little bit. So far this year, the defense giving up almost a goal a game less than they did through all of last year, and the power play clicking at a few percentage points higher than it did last year. I know those are things that you and pretty much every hockey coach is obviously emphasizing from day one. Do you feel like you're starting to get a little payoff from this group?
I think so. I think that, to answer those two questions specifically in a broader sense, I think the payoff of everything we've been doing for 5 or 6 years is really starting to unfold. I think that not just the defense or the power play, I think as a whole, we have a team full of student athletes that have a much higher level of desire and focus. And we're 500 going into the break here, and we're not exactly where we want to be. However, you got to stop every now and then and take a look around to appreciate what's going on, and I certainly do that. But I just think as a team, our overall focus and determination at times has been the major improvement, and things like our defense, which certainly isn't where we want it to be yet, and our power play, which we'd like to be more consistent at times rather than a little up and down. I think you're seeing the results of everything that we've been doing, and it's our hope, and we're going to strive to continue that improvement as the season gets ready for the second half.
So that kind of covers improvement from a team perspective. Let's talk a little bit about a kid who's been there through pretty much all of that. Brendan McCarron, he's a senior on the blue line now. He's a guy who's, he's been in the lineup for the most part. He'll get you a couple goals a year. But now this year, at the break, he's leading the team in scoring. Just talk about him a little bit.
Brendan's really been doing a great job for us. We consider him one of our, if not our best defensemen. He's just a well-rounded player. He can play solid defensively in his own zone. He's mature. He understands what's expected of him. And one of the things that we've been really working on with him, he's always had a good shot. And we've always utilized him on the power play. I think, to be honest, it really is as simple as this. The reason that he's leading our team in scoring is our forwards have done a much better job of getting in front of the goaltenders on our power play. And Brendan's done a much better job of hitting the net. He has a quick wrist shot, and he's very good at placing it. But it's a matter of putting it in that 24 square foot area. And this year, I think he's really evolved and put the puck on net. And I think obviously, if he's going to put the puck on net, and our forwards are doing a good job of getting in front of the goaltenders, the puck's going to go in. And that's just I talked about simplicity within our systems. Well, there it is, and we're executing those simple things, and he's executing them a little more consistently, and you're finding his goal totals are up a little bit.
All right, now let's take a look inside the coaching staff here a little bit. As you kind of get a chance to step back a little bit, you've got some time to work with here before you're on the ice again. What needs to improve with this team in the second half?
Everything. I mean, we've got to improve everything that we do on a daily basis. Again, I think that the focus has been in just that determination and what we're looking for out of our student athletes and calling them college hockey players. I think that while it has improved dramatically, I think we still have some room to grow there. I think that we have to strive to be more consistent within our systems. I think our discipline has to be much better on the ice. We've been taking way too many penalties as of late, and credit our penalty kill. For the most part, they've done a pretty good job of bailing us out at times. Goaltending has been strong, but again, everything has had a little dip or a little peak in it, and what we're looking for is just that consistency day to day, whether it's in practice or a game, and we can always get better at that.
And if you're not getting better, you're just going backwards, right?
Amen.
Exactly. On the flip side of that coin, what do you see so far that you like?
What really, I've been impressed with and I've really enjoyed is, one particular thing is with the younger guys. Teaching them. This was their introduction to college hockey this semester, and we've got guys that we certainly have high hopes for and promising futures within our program. And working with these guys, they're very open to what we're telling them, and it's very clear that they're working on the things that we're directing them to work on. So, to be quite honest, that's been a huge positive for me, and that's, I think, goes into the recruiting that previous coaches, myself, have done, really starting to focus in on just what kind of player we want to bring in here. And we really put our heads together last year and did our due diligence in the guys that we brought in. And with that dedication that we put, we're getting it back from the players. I think that's been a huge positive for us. I think our goaltending has been a huge positive for us. I think all three guys that have had a chance to play, Kyle, Pat, and Dave, have done a very good job so far. Again, we're striving for that constant consistency, but as a whole, those three guys have been great, and we're looking for them to take the next step as well. Everything's been pretty good. I'm not satisfied. I always say I'm not thrilled. I really believe, sitting here at 4-4-1, I really believe that we could be 6-2 right now. Couple bounces, and if we were more disciplined within our system for that 60 minutes, and we don't let up for that 3 minutes or so. But and then same coin, we could be 3-6, or on the other foot too, with a couple bounces the other way. So I think it's a credit to the guys for finding a way to win a couple of these games. It was a nice comeback the other night against Salve, but close and everything like that, and ties and coming back and things like that. I really believe that's the progression of the program has gotten to the point where that's not good enough anymore, and we're not happy with that. As a coach, with our program here and what we've been doing, am I content somewhat at being 500 going into the break? Yeah, we're in a better position than we've been in, and that's improvement. So I have to be happy with that. But it's certainly not our goal, and we have much loftier goals. And I think that if we continue to focus on those kind of things, that we'll really have the opportunity to reach those.
All right, and just to wrap things up, to bring it all back together here, a lot of the stuff you've touched on, if the stuff that's good keeps happening, if the stuff you want to improve improves, what are your expectations for the second half of the year, and what do you think is the ceiling for this team?
My expectations are plain and simple. We want to have home ice in the playoffs. I think that's certainly a goal that we're striving for. Obviously we want to get back into the playoffs, having missed last year, and we had to sit on that all summer, and it wasn't a great feeling. But we want to get back to the playoffs, and not only do we want to get to the playoffs, we want to have home ice. And not only do we want home ice, we want to win. And I really feel, having played St. Anselm's tough the last time we played them, there really isn't a team out there that I don't feel we can compete with. And I think that the sky is the limit. I don't think there is a limit. I think that if our guys really truly believe it and put the time and effort into accomplishing the goals that we talk about, I see no reason that if we put it together, there's no reason we can't get what we want done. And just like Gretter said, he's on my wall there. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and we got to get there, and it's gonna happen sooner or later. We've worked 5-6 years here now, putting this team together, and I feel that we have all the pieces in the right place. Now it's just a matter of doing. And I'll leave you with this. It's something I always say to the guys. don't talk about it, be about it. And you know, that's what the second half is. We're trying to be about it here.
Well, there you go. That's a look inside men's ice hockey with head coach Jaymie Harrington. The Ravens off until January, but they'll be working hard the whole time. Thanks, Coach.
Anytime, Matt.